When I'm down on the river in the late evening, there are lots and lots of bats whizzing backwards and forwards, and they're not all the same species. And I've always wondered what they were, and I've been contemplating getting a bat detector for a long time now. But this year the bats in one particular place where I'm fishing have been really exceptional, and I thought, well, perhaps now's the time to invest in one of these. Anyway, the prices vary enormously, from about 50 quid to about £5,000. And the one I really wanted was, it came in at about £250, but I can't really justify that. So anyway, I've bought one, and I'll just make a little video and show you it. So this is it. It's a Magenta Bat 5 digital precision, which came in at slightly less than £100, but it was quite difficult to find. Most people seem to have sold out. It takes 4 AAA batteries, but they don't come with it. On this side there's an on-off switch with some kind of volume control to it, and a little push button switch which operates a light. And on the top, or on the front of it, there seem to be sort of 2 detectors and the light. So when I push that little switch in, the light is very bright. I use it for writing notes, or in my case it will be looking at the instructions when I'm outside in the dark. And on the front is this knurled wheel which changes the frequency. When I turn it, you'll see the screen at the top, which is backlit. You'll see that it changes. So if I wind it right down, it goes down to 10. And if I wind it right up to the top, it goes up to 130.6. More about that later. The other thing on it, it's got some earphones there, and I think that's just for some kind of jack plug. And I think these refer to these things on the bottom, which are obviously for jack plugs. One for the earphones and one to connect it to some recording device. And of course this is the speaker. And what these things do apparently is that the very high frequency, which we can't hear, which bats emit when they're whizzing about, this thing reduces the frequency so that we can hear the sound, and we can either record it and take it home and work out what the bat was, or when we become more experienced, one assumes, and know the frequencies at which these bats are emitting these sounds, we can decide what they are when we're out in the field. But that will only come with experience. It also came with this handy little lanyard which it attaches to there, and there is a case, but the case is extra. And you can see it there, just to protect it from any damage, or if it's hammering down with rain. And inside the case is this little clip. On the back of the case is some kind of attachment, probably for a belt. I turn this nose knob on the side, this increased noise on the speaker. It's obviously adjusting the sensitivity of the thing. Anyway, that's it flat out, whatever it is. And it came with this information sheet and instruction sheet. And for those of you who are technically minded, that's the information, that's what it features. And you can use your pause button and peruse that at your leisure. And these are the technical details. And lots of information about using it. You get an introduction, and it explains how it works, what the controls are, a bit about the display and the batteries, checking various sources of ultrasound in case you think you've got bats and it's just jangling keys. And there's a bit about in the field, that's of more interest to me. So you set the frequency at 45 kilohertz. Anyway, more about that later when we get outside. And it is a heterodyne detector, for those of you in the know. And the information, more technical information, and a contact. You also get this little piece of paper there. 16 species of bat in the UK, and this is capable of detecting them all, although we don't get them all up here in Yorkshire. And there's a table over leaf which indicates the frequencies at which you are most likely to receive the strongest signal for a given bat species. A little however added to that. I'm sure that's very, very true. Learning to differentiate species is a skill which can take some time to learn. I bet. But if I can identify the sort of 5 major species up here, then I'm really pleased with it. And this is this little table which it refers to, bats listed and the frequencies at which you're most likely to hear them, or detect them anyway. It's quite interesting, and there are 3 different pipistrelles. I never knew that. That one, and the one above it. The one thing I notice is when you switch it on and crank up the volume, there's a fair amount of white noise, hissing sound, but it doesn't seem to detract from its operation. So let me turn up the volume until it's flat out. Do you hear this hissing sound? So that's it flat out. Massively. Switch it up. This camera has an external microphone socket. And I bought a cable to connect it to the bat detector. So hopefully I'll be able to record what the bats are saying. So that's the cable. These two ends, one into the bat detector and one into the camera. So there they are, connected up. Now if you rub your fingers in front of the bat detector, you get an ultrasound, and it should detect it. Turn the volume up. So what I need to know now is, did the video camera pick up that sound I made with my fingers? If it did, that'll be really good. I've also got a very bright light, which we're able to see the bats at the same time. Once we're out in the field, it'll be really pleasing. Okay, picked it up. Oh, good. And that's the light. It's not very big, but it's quite bright, and it just fits onto the top of the camera, and it's dimmable. Anyway, we'll see how it works when we get outside. Well, we just have to go down and find some bats now and see if the whole setup works. It's a very windy day out there today. Will there be any bats about this evening? I have no idea. We'll find some sheltered spot and try it out. Well, went out last night and it worked really well. So this is the River Swale Bat Aerobatics Team Chorus, giving it absolutely rock all. Eat your heart out at Gareth Malone. It's 9:30, 4th of July. I've just had a lovely fish, a nice big barbel from the River Swale, a smile on my face. I've just come down to this part of the River Swale with the bat detector again. And perhaps be a little bit more methodical now I know what I'm supposed to be doing with it. But they're not out yet. It's absolutely still, it's overcast, and it's quite warm, so it's very promising. Although there are no swifts whizzing about tonight. I guess there are, yeah, they're there. They're quite high. I haven't a clue what they are. It's not the faintest idea. I've been on the internet to find out, and all I can find is pipistrelles, one after the other. I can't find anything else, but I'm sure somebody will know and tell me.